By nature, I love to be challenged. And as I look back over 9 years, I just can see all the times that I've just been called to something greater spiritually. And that's what I love about College Wesleyan Church and the pattern I see in the spiritual formation in my own life. And I know my wife will be mad at me for saying this, but sometimes I just hate Pastor Steve. And it's really because when I listen to him, sometimes he speaks directly to my soul. And I just know if what he's saying is true, I have everything backwards. One example would be in generosity. You know, as Tiff and I have been called toward greater generosity, we've seen God honor that in ways that we couldn't have expected. Another thing I think of looking back over time is just how to leverage the power and influence we're given in relationships and what to use those for, and really how to use power and influence to build other people up rather than to build ourselves up. And just what I've seen over time as I've submitted to the leadership of this church and to the way they're shepherding my heart, I've just seen God honor in ways that really changes me. And I think what it's led to for Tiffany and I is we experience God in ways where our hearts are changed rather than just having knowledge and information about God. And when experience has trumped information, that's when we've seen ourselves grow most rapidly.
I've seen over the past few years a desire to get people more involved, whether that's small group, crosswalk. It's just been really neat to see people come together of all different ages and for the same goal as growing in their faith and encouraging others around them to grow in their faith. And I think Crosswalk has been huge for us.
And really, spiritual growth can be contagious. So we've seen that with friends, we've seen it with people we don't know. When people get in this church and they start rubbing up against each other in relationships, their lives are changed. And just knowing that this growth is contagious, whether it's people inside here or it's people in here go out in the community, we just are humbled almost by the impact that this church can make, both in our own lives and in the community around us.
Two of the most important traits that I value are vulnerability and authenticity, and those are two things that I hope I am for others, and that's also what is attractive for me in relationships. And I think as a church, if we could be vulnerable and authentic with each other, God could use us in huge ways in the future. Just in relationships with each other inside the church and with those that are not churched, people are going to be attracted to authenticity and vulnerability because we all struggle and we're all not perfect. And it'd be awesome to see the church rally around each other despite all of our failures and not have to hide our flaws from each other, to be really open and honest. And I think when we can do that, God moves.